Hey, everyone. I know it's been like a week since you last seen me, more or less. And I'm going to be treating this more as an announcement or more than an actual stream. And if I'm sorry if this comes out a little bit later on YouTube, because I'm also going to put it up on YouTube too, so everybody's aware of what's happening. So I've been gone for about a week without like any notice, and I'm here to tell you why, as briefly as I can. It took me a bit, but I'm making my announcement now. My father has been in the hospital for the past week because Monday he he had a stroke at his workplace, and he's been hospitalized ever since. I've been going to see him every day, staying his uh, until visiting hours are over pretty much every night. So I just got back from the hospital, and I'm making this now to tell you all what's been going on. You know, I hope you understand why I haven't been here, and I'm sorry for that. I know it's silly for me to be, you know, saying like I hope you understand, but it's hard. It's been hard this past week because of what's happened. And I just really miss my dad. I just really miss him. He unfortunately has not been able to be awake or left, well, the procedures he's been getting, he's had surgeries since he got there, and he hasn't been awake yet, which they're taking their time on him. His brain is still there. It's still functioning, and so is the rest of his body as well. But he's not awake currently. I just wish I could, talk to him and know that he could see me and everything. But I've been talking to him while I've been there every time. And I really just want my dad to be okay. So because of what's going on, I don't know when I will or if I will be back streaming anytime soon. So, I guess you can consider this a hiatus. A definite one at that. Like I thought about possibly streaming like a day or two ago, but I ultimately decided that I I can't. I can't. Streaming has helped me through a lot of things, but I just can't do it with this going on. I just can't. I'm usually the one, to push a little bit of positivity, especially in my streams, but I can't do it this time, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry for that. As much as it would be a good, you know, it's a thing that helps me whenever I stream. I tend to, get my day brightened. It's just not that easy this time. So I'm gonna be on an indefinite hiatus from streams till further notice. So, sorry. Sorry this is very sudden. For those of you that have always been so kind and stopped by and chatted it up with me, just know that I appreciated, I still do appreciate you all for tuning in and make me feel happy. You know, it means a lot. And another thing that I know, one thing I should tell you is that if you haven't seen your dad or even another parent of yours in a bit, or you haven't called them or haven't told them that you know, like, hey, mom or dad, I love you. You know, if you're on good terms with them, of course, and you see them, but you don't really talk or anything like that, you're on good terms with your parents or whoever you haven't talked to in a while, just do me a favor and let them know that, hey, it's like, I love you. And, thank them for all the stuff they've done. But most important thing is to tell them that you love them. Even specifically for like those people who are very stoic and maybe their parents are too. But if you care about them and you haven't talked to them in a bit, you haven't shot them a text, maybe you don't live with them or they live in another state and you haven't communicated with them, just let them know that you love them, because things can happen, you know, out of nowhere, like this happened, and you never know when it might be, you know, potentially the last time you get to talk to them. So just, do yourself that favor. Yeah. And it's really, it's hard to sleep some nights because of this. Yesterday I had I had a bit of a better sleep because before I left yesterday, I actually, since I can't really, I don't really want to do anything that will potentially make my, affect my dad's heart rate or anything like that while you know, he's still under from all these things they have him hooked up to. But I kissed his hand, you know, it's as close as I could as to like being able to kiss his cheek or hug him. And I've been like holding his hands too. Whenever I go to talk to him or I say bye or go to do anything and I have to leave the room from there, I always do that. I talk to him. And I was able to sleep better when I was able to do that last night, but I forgot to do it before I left this time around because we were kind of waiting there for a little bit after, like a minute or two after visiting hours were over, because we wanted the nurse to come back since they were working with another patient at the time and wanted to, see if there was anything before we left for that night we needed to know about. So in that rush, I just said my usual goodbyes to my dad. I told him good night, but I didn't get to kiss his hand before I left today. So I'll probably do that when I go back the next time. But I also needed a day as well, which I've been there all week ever since he's been admitted, and as much as I want to be there, I need to take a day, to be at home for once. That's gonna be soon. But when I go back there, I'm gonna make sure that I don't forget because it did make me feel a bit better. But just being able to do that for him, you know. So that's my announcement. Again, I'm sorry to bring you this very suddenly and out of nowhere, but is there anything you want to do for me? All I ask is that if you're religious, um, maybe have a prayer for my dad, and if you're not, then just keep good thoughts in mind for him. That's all I can ask. But yeah, it's gonna be rough, but I hope he's gonna be okay. Really hope so. So with that, I'm gonna go now. Take care of yourselves. Tell your family, even your closest people that you care about, that you love them. Just let them know. You never know. But, anyways, uh, I hope I can see you guys again sometime in the sometime in the future. Hopefully, when things get better. So, I don't know how to properly end this. So, I'm just gonna say goodbye for now. Right? Take care, everyone. Bye bye.